Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I just got back from Walmart where I bought this bad boy right here. That, my friends, is a brisket, and I am smoking it this weekend, and it's a big one. It's one of the big ones. And so I challenged Mr. Skinny. He likes to cook meat, and so I challenged him here. Then somebody asked me for my recipe, and I put it right here. This is the way I cook these things, and I'm doing it the fast way. I get a tin pan, I inject it with Allegro, I pour olive oil over it, and then I put Barbecue One Rub. That's a barbecue restaurant out of Marietta, Georgia. And I put the Barbecue One Rub on it. I smoke it at 250. It takes about 3 hours. I get a good smoke in there. Then I wrap it, and I will put it back on at 275 until that internal temperature hits 195 to 200. And it's the best thing you ever put in your mouth. Guaranteed. All right. Let's get going. The first thing I wanted to show you is the Iran sanctions. U.S. moves to isolate major banks. It says the Trump administration has imposed sanctions on 18 major Iranian banks in one of the most extensive such moves by Washington against Tehran in months. So all of a sudden, they're getting very aggressive with some of these countries with this basically, it's almost like the U.S. knows that they're going to replace SWIFT with something new. Okay, Wrath of Kahneman had tweeted this out. Ripple investor user Standard Chartered looking to hold more crypto assets for institutions. They're basically talking about how they're wanting to grow their crypto team so that they can get more crypto assets under management. So write it down, folks. If Standard Chartered, who's just a node on the network away from Ripple, by the way, if Standard Chartered is trying to gather more crypto assets, then you better write it down because the other banks are going to be doing the same thing. And guess what that means for you and me? Good things. XRP Huey had tweeted out this slide. Couldn't remember if I had ever seen it, but it looked interesting. Trends in digital assets. Digital assets are creating significant markets, and it goes through some of the numbers here. Digital asset class. I like that phrase. Digital asset class is taking shape. They've divided it into different tokens, utility tokens. What's interesting is that they have, it's like they're calling all of them stable coins. Utility tokens, algo driven, general asset backed, fiat currency backed, equity tokens, specific asset backed like diamonds, enterprise controlled, security tokens, decentralized cryptocurrencies, derivative tokens. And they got a picture of an oil well. That's interesting. Then they talk about regulation and risks are increasingly becoming clearer. In other words, it's becoming clearer that this thing is happening. All right, LEPAL. Now, for those of you, I've never used LEPAL, but they are a hard wallet. It looks like this. It actually looks kind of like a phone. LEPAL is a hard wallet similar to Ledger Nano S, and they've announced that they are going to be ready for the Flare airdrop. Update LEPAL Titan app. Once update is available, prepare an Ethereum address for Spark tokens. Now, I don't know what that means. Bind ETH to XRP address through cold wallet signature, similar to signing a transaction. We'll make a tutorial. I have no idea what all the details of how this works is. You're just going to have to go look on their website and follow their directions. Now, Tyler Winklevoss here. I need to have a drink here. I'm wetting the whistle. No, not that kind of drink. Breaking. This is from Tyler Winklevoss. Breaking. White House is proposing a new $1.8 trillion advertisement campaign for Bitcoin to the moon. And he's talking about their new current events relief package. They're trying to go back and, I guess, get more money to everybody or whatever. More money that the United States does not have. They're trying to get more money that the United States does not have to the citizens of the United States. Makes a lot of sense, right? Wrong. That's why it's a benefit to precious metals and crypto. Crypto Jimmy sent me this. Now, this is interesting, folks. Payments Canada. They tweeted this out today. The countdown is on for the central bank's payments conference starting October 13th. What future does ACH hold as real-time payments continue to dominate? Our president and CEO, Tracy Black, joins this exciting discussion. Well, we haven't talked about Payments Canada in a while, so I decided that I would and give you some reminders. Payments Canada, just a few days ago on October 7th, they thought it was important to tweet this out. In payments today, industry experts discuss future of CBDCs and cross-border payments. At Cybos, Ripple may move headquarters overseas due to excessive crypto regulations in the U.S. And 3 ways AI is changing financial services. So these guys are following Ripple. Well, many of you may not have been around back in 2018 when these types of things were going on. October 1st, 2018, exactly around 2 years ago. Today is show and tell with central banks. Ripple Swell by Ripple, a session where central banks will share their explorations with blockchain, both what they've done so far and what they have planned for the future. Follow the link below for all the latest from the event. And this is something many of you have probably never seen. It's just 28 seconds. Watch this. This was Ripple Swell 2018. And this was like a or just like a overview. Now, let me tell you what, now that I watched that from 2018 after having gone to Singapore to see it in 2019, I can tell you firsthand that 2018 was Mickey Mouse compared to 2019. The obvious progress that Ripple must have made from 2018 to 2019 and the customers that they must have taken on is unfreaking believable compared to what you just saw and what I saw standing in that room. And I've always wondered, why Ripple wanted influencers there. And I've come to the conclusion, I think they wanted influencers there to let us see with our own eyes so that we understood that it was exactly what we thought it was. And if you stood in that room in Singapore, you would know. It is a Ripple, and XRP represents exactly what your gut is telling you that you think it is. I promise you that. Okay? Now, Dilip Rao, this is from 2018 as well. Dilip Rao had tweeted this out back then, Central Bank Show and Tell, Swell 2018. And these are some pictures, and I was looking through them, and I was like, betting money that one of the guys on that stage is somebody from Payments Canada, because it was when I had done a search on Twitter for Payments Canada Ripple, and this was one of the things that popped up. I didn't see anything about Payments Canada in his tweet. So I tracked it back. And here you go, 2018 Swell. Watch this.
I think we started with 2 years ago.
Great. So I'm Andrew McCormick. I'm from Payments Canada. Our role in Canada is the essential payment systems operator for the country. We clear about $50 trillion a year through our systems, and which include the high-value payment system, the clearing and settlement schemes for retail payments, except for crypto payments, of course, a host of other tech.
And you'll, by the way, you'll have to forgive me while we're listening to the guy from Payments Canada and this company Ripple that is literally changing the world. You're also having to listen to my 14-year-old who thinks it's the perfect time to practice guitar in the background yet again. Sorry.
Technology services. We also set the rules and standards for payments domestically, much like NACHA does here in the US. My role is predominantly to ensure our services are running smoothly from an operational perspective, but from a technology strategy perspective, I've also been leading the blockchain research program for the past 3 or 4 years with the central bank. And we've published much of that under the Project Jasper banner.
Thank you, Andrew. And you notice we chose a friendly precedent just because of your presence here today.
Yes, a last-minute addition here, but very grateful for the opportunity to speak. Thank you.
Thanks, Dilip.
And I don't know. Let me see if he speaks again. Let's go back to him right here.
Andrew?
I guess, it's been almost 10 years to the day since Bitcoin white paper was launched. And that really kind of ushered in a new era for e-money. And I think that's inspired central banks and payment system operators to invest more into technology research in general. I think Brad's criticisms earlier of financial market infrastructures and payment systems are valid in the sense that they've been evolved over time from paper-based processes, quite frankly, that and optimized to reduce risk. And that's a good thing when you're dependent on to underpin an economy, but it doesn't necessarily solve for customer experience. And so we're now in an era where technology is front and center and getting a lot more attention from regulators and central banks in how it might inform some future state. And I think the appetite you see from regulators to have discussions to, it's even catalyzed, quite frankly, I think a lot of the stuff around faster payments, real-time payments, open banking, and certainly regulatory.
Okay, let me pause.
Here, I think that's an interesting time, regardless of whether it's blockchain or other technologies that are coming to the fore and really allowing us to ask kind of what if and explore the art of the possible that, as you said 10 years ago, I don't think was really the case. So the perspective's changed.
Right.
Okay, I just wanted to show you a little bit of that. Jonathan D. sent me this. David Schwartz is this was earlier today. He's going under the knife now. Any tweets in the next 24 hours shouldn't be trusted. This is the only time I prefer Swift over Swell. Let's see if he has tweeted any crazy tweets since that time. Yeah, here's one. I'm out of surgery and on my way home. Surgery went smoothly, so that's all we've got so far. So we can only hope that David Schwartz is on some medication tonight and will tweet some genius, crazy tweets out that we can enjoy. Coindesk had tweeted this out. In a LinkedIn post, Coinbase Vice President of Business and Data Dan Yu announced he was leaving the company due to Brian Armstrong's new apolitical mission declaration. And then there was this from Fortune. Coinbase says 60 employees are leaving over its apolitical stance. That's a lot of employees. I hope they got that worked out. Now, we're seeing a crazy amount of information, so much that I can't even keep up with it all. I'm just going to touch it here. Wanted to show you this. European Central Bank thread, we need to foster the integration of cross-border banking groups to ensure that timely liquidity support is provided within them. Right? Andrea Enria and Eduard Fernandez Bolo on the Supervision blog. One of three. I'm not going to go through all that. I just wanted to illustrate to you that all these central banks, it's almost like they've been activated to put this in full gear. Michelle Vandenberg sent me this from Benoit Cure, who's with the BIS, Bank of International Settlements, which is the central bank of central banks. Today, 7 central banks and the BIS released a report on central bank digital currencies. And then it's a 1 of 4, again, a complete thread on this. All these guys are in full throttle mode. I can promise you that. Now, last thing I wanted to show you is this. Speaking of central bank digital currencies, the Chinese government has started giving away digital yuan coins to the people. Can be used instead of real money. Actually, it will be the real money, I guess. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that I am cooking a brisket that would melt in your mouth. Thank you for listening.
Every day, billions of people around the world are mocked, ridiculed, laughed at, and embarrassed by their friends, family, and even strangers. These people go through their days knowing there are secrets being kept from them. They hear the faint whispers behind closed doors. The information and knowledge is held very close and only shared with others who were fortunate enough to find out. Feeling lost, rejected and ostracized, these people give up, never finding out what digital assets the digital asset investor holds. But there is hope. Join the free Digital Asset Investor email newsletter and find out what digital assets he owns each month, including investments he's considering. Click the link in the description of this video or go to digitalassetinvestornewsletter.com. Put an end to your days of gloom and depression. Join the greatest free digital asset email newsletter ever created.